Hello friends, welcome to Cricket Caviar. Today we are going to talk about the ongoing India's tour of Sri Lanka, and then we'll be discussing a little more about the international cricket. And keep your excitement on because there will be a lot of content coming on, and India's main team is about to start the big Test series in England. So without further ado, we'll start with the ODI series analysis between India and Sri Lanka. So I'll pass on to Shikhar Verma, who will start with the first ODI.
Hi guys. So welcome back to Cricket Caviar. First I want to talk about the first ODI. It was when the series started, we were all predicting a 3-0 win for India.
Yeah.
And we were in our preview, if you have seen, we said that it will be very difficult for Sri Lanka to compete. But I was surprised that Sri Lanka actually posted two big totals. 262 and 275. So that was pretty good effort from Sri Lankan team to post such good challenging first innings totals, and that really challenged Indian team in the chase. The first ODI, the chase was quite easy, with Shikhar Dhawan anchoring the innings with 86, and also Prithvi Shaw with a quick fire 43 of 24 balls, which gave him the man of the match award, which is very surprising because we normally don't see people scoring 43 getting man of the match. But like we were discussing, Pratik was saying that it was probably first time since Sehwag that we have seen an innings of that kind, like a flurry of boundaries, 4-4, 4-6. It was a great innings to watch. But I personally, like I predicted in the preview, I was most happy with Ishan Kishan coming at number 3. I am so glad that Dravid and Dhawan, they have taken that decision of giving Ishan Kishan the chance at 3. And what an innings it was. Like the first ball, he came out and smashed it for a 6. It was just amazing to see. So I love that Indian spirit. We had then Surya Kumar did a brilliant finish. So we chased the total in 36 overs, which is like wow. उस दिन हम लोग बात कर रहे थे कि अगर इंडिया को फर्स्ट बैटिंग मिलेगा तो हम लोग 400 बना देंगे.
But
बहुत टाइम हो गया 400 देखे हुए.
But chase देखे भी मजा आया. Yeah, that first match.
Chase was quite interesting and it was like a break a neck chase. Like India was going at full throttle. मतलब ऐसा लग रहा था T20 वर्ल्ड कप का ऑडिशन कुछ चल रहा था शायद ऐसा.
And Manish Pandey was still slow. Like Manish Pandey scored 26 and 40 odd balls.
Manish Pandey had a bad series.
I don't know what Manish Pandey is doing in this lineup. Really, guys, I don't know. क्या logic है उसको खिलाने का, because he's done. I think he's done. His career is over. He's good in IPL as a senior experienced pro with a young batting lineup like SRH, but I don't think he has a place here. Like we have lot more people who can bat at this place. I wish they could have tried Sanju Samson in his place in the first 2 ODIs also. Someone like him. So he did not have an impact at all.
Manish Pandey's downfall pretty started when he was dropped from the SRH side as well in 1 or 2 of the IPL matches. And then he's not able to pick back again. And bit worried about like Sri Lanka. What they did good, it was their openers put on a 50 plus 10 almost every other match. So almost every match, which was surprising. Like Bhuvneshwar Kumar was known to pick early wickets, but he could not do that this series.
Yeah, Bhuvi and Chahar both were known to pick up early wickets. So
yeah,
and a lot of commentators did call out, our bowling is not as penetrative anymore. I think India has the worst record in picking up wickets in the first 10 overs in the last few years. So
and today was the first time since August that Bhuvi has picked a wicket in the death over. That also was a stat mentioned somewhere.
But he also does not bowl that much, I guess, in death overs. Or I mean, in general, he's not played a lot, I guess, in the last few years.
Yeah, I'm really missing to see someone like Shardul Thakur or Siraj. Yeah, we miss those guys in this series. And
guys, coming to my favorite ODI now. Second ODI.
Favorite ODI.
The best ODI that we have seen in this series and probably in this year also from Indian perspective.
Yeah.
It was a brilliant ODI. Like पहले तो Sri Lanka actually batted really well. Like Asalanka 65 from Asalanka, and what a finish from Karunaratne, like 44 of 33.
Oh, yeah. The guy is a good all-rounder. Yeah, Chamika. Yeah.
And Karunaratne, I am really impressed with Karunaratne, like Chamika, Karunaratne. If you see his bowling, he's so he bowls with a lot of passion, and he's very angry at the batsman without no reason. Like it's very funny to watch him. Like he bowls one bouncer and he's like, "Yes, I am the world's best bowler." Like that. ऐसे आता है जैसे कि मैं ही बहुत बड़ा बॉलर हूँ सब
He turned out to be a better seeming all-rounder than the overrated Hardik Pandya.
Okay, now you call him overrated all of a sudden after one series?
No, I mean, we're just a bit disappointed with Hardik Pandya's performance. Not a good show with the bat, and he did get some wickets with the ball, so it was okay at least to see him bowling again.
Some wickets, one or two maybe, like does not even count much.
But I think people are right in some of the people saying that he might get replaced by Shardul Thakur in Indian team. It can really happen. He needs to pull up.
Yes, Hardik Pandya's role was really important in this series because he was a senior batsman and he was supposed to do a lot more things. But yeah, he seems to be losing his touch or whatever was expected from him. He's not delivering.
Kunal, I agree that he's an experienced pro, but there are two major weaknesses in his batting. Like he's playing as a pure batsman here. Okay, so I won't even talk about his bowling.
Okay,
yeah, he's bowling like his bowling has not been
bowling like Pollard 2 hours.
Yes, so let us assume that obviously he's playing as a pure batsman here. So he has two major weaknesses in his batting. One is that he cannot play extreme pace. Like we have seen in the IPL also, when there is a very fast bowler, जब कोई बहुत fast bowling करता है with bouncer like Jofra Archer, so he is not able to cope up with that kind of pace. And the second is he cannot play quality spin. Yesterday, the third ODI, I mean, the way he got out to Jai Vikrama or whatever his name is, Jai Vikrama, I think.
Yeah.
Like it was a very, common kind of left arm spinner ball. And he was like, he had no clue about it. So he cannot play quality pace. He cannot play quality spin. So I have doubts regarding Pandya's batting ability also. I would still keep him as a T20 player, but not in ODIs. I feel Shardul or maybe someone else can do a better job. Shardul will definitely, because he picks wickets in bunches and he has a good batting.
He's a good batting. Talking about pacers, Kabir has really impressed me, guys. Like this guy is constantly improving. I saw him in the West Indies series. He was pretty good. Always bowls around 145 Ks. That's a specialty. And then today, like we saw, right, he picks Prithvi ball first ball of the match. Amazing ball. It was just moving away, and he has good pace. And I just don't see why Sri Lanka used Kasun Rajitha as the other pacer. He's just a pathetic bowler. Like I'm sure Afghanistan and Ireland bowlers are way better than him. Why can't they use someone like Suranga Lakmal in ODIs? I just don't understand.
I think Lakmal is injured again or something, right?
Okay. And guys, one more thing that we in the first ODI we saw the comeback of Kulcha, Kuldeep and Chahal.
Oh yeah.
And like,
yeah, I was first of all surprised that these guys are playing, but yeah, they did play well.
But Chahal
pick some wickets, but yeah, ideally, I think in the preview we did mention that we all wanted to see Rahul Chahar or Varun Chakravarti playing some of the ODIs.
Yeah. Move on, guys. Move on, Team India. I mean, we cannot keep going back to those guys.
But we have seen that जब Chahal के ऊपर इतना pressure नहीं रहता, like now this is a very relaxed environment and opposition is not that strong. तो जब Chahal के ऊपर इतना pressure नहीं होता, he bowls really well. Like he bowled beautifully in this series. In the first two ODIs, he has bowled really well. Kuldeep bowled well in the first ODI also. Chahal still has some cricket in him, I think. More than Kuldeep, I guess. He still has some cricket. Obviously, Rahul Chahar also bowled brilliantly in that closing moments of the third ODI. So it will be interesting.
Yeah.
Yes. So guys, coming to the
confidence player है, उसका confidence वापस आएगा तो he might be doing well. But अभी भी इस series में अच्छी bowling से ज़्यादा मुझे उसकी वो रॉय और बेयरस्टो की पिटाई करते वो ज़्यादा याद आ रही है.
So coming to second ODI, what did you guys think? Like, did you think India has any chance to win that ODI after Surya Kumar got out and especially after Krunal Pandya got out? Did you think like that chase? First, we thought it will be easily done by India, but when people started getting out one by one, we saw the fall of wickets. Did you guys think India could win that? I remember Pratik saying that Bhuvi will hit the winning runs. So definitely Pratik believed that India will win. But what about you, Kunal? Did you really think that India could
Not at
pull
all.
this off?
After Surya Kumar was gone, I did not really hope that India will win it, because when I think India were 160 for 6 when Surya Kumar got out, we still had a lot of runs to score. It did not feel easy then, and I mean we cannot expect Krunal Pandya to win his matches, close matches for us. So I did not have any hopes at all.
Yeah.
And really poor shot from Prithvi Shaw, I think, to Wanindu Hasaranga. Wanindu bowled a beautiful spell that night. And,
37 for 3.
Shaw,
yeah.
Yeah, he bowled 10 overs, 37 for 3. So brilliant spell from Wanindu, and Prithvi Shaw was cutting a full delivery. I mean, I could not understand. And they were all misreading Wanindu, even Shikhar Dhawan, also, Ishan Kishan again playing a rash shot to Rajita. And fucking Surya Kumar Yadav getting out by the worst bowler, which is Sandakan. Sandakan, he was bowling so many. Actually, India वो match सिर्फ Sandakan की वजह से जीता है. If you see that game ball by ball, because Sandakan bowled so many loose deliveries, इतना loose delivery डाला कि जब भी pressure बन रहा था तो that pressure was getting released because of Sandakan's bowling. But he did manage to pick Hardik Pandya.
मैं शुरू से बोल रहा था अकेला would be a better choice pairing with Hasaranga, especially in ODIs. जैसे अकेला T20 में पिट जाता है, आज भी पिट गया, but ODIs में अकेला धनंजय is a better choice than Sandakan. Yeah. But still, guys, I'm disappointed with Krunal Pandya. Like, वो भी गलत out हुआ था. I remember he was not a good shot, and India found themselves 193 for 7, needing 84 of 89 deliveries.
Yeah. And Krunal Pandya, credit to him, he fought. At least he fought, not like Hardik Pandya, who just gave away his wicket and like.
I think Hardik Pandya made a royal duck that day.
Sorry?
Hardik Pandya made a royal duck in that crucial chase. I remember
that. Guys, like 116 पे 5 था India. तो उसके जब when Hardik Pandya got out, that was 116 for 5. And then we had a 44 runs ka partnership between Surya and Krunal.
Yeah. And then
33 runs partnership between Krunal and Deepak Chahar, and 84 runs between Deepak Chahar and Bhuvi.
84 of 84.
Brilliant. Yeah. I mean, this was the greatest escape job. Brilliant. What do you guys have to say about this?
I was absolutely blown away.
I remember without Hasaranga in his last over or something. They were not worried about. Yeah.
Actually, Dravid आया था उस time राहुल चहर को advice देने कि अपने भाई को जाके बोल कि हसरंगा को over play out कर ले, and वो उसने ऐसे किया. So
fantastic. Like, he made his shots. He took singles and doubles. He just batted like a.
I mean, these guys escaped in a really high pressure environment. They, played a really good, knock in a very, at a crucial stage in a very high pressure environment. I mean, it was pretty good. I mean, Deepak Chahar can bat well.
And Deepak Chahar का एक तो उसने बहुत calculated batting किया. He did not. If you remember, when he started his innings, he was like 8 of 29 balls when he was playing along with Krunal Pandya.
He knows Krunal can play shot. He was just hanging around there. Yeah, that was very right batting. Yeah,
very clever. And then he chose the perfect bowlers to just attack. Brilliant. It was like an MS Dhoni kind of innings, very calculated. I think he learned it in CSK or something. But Bhuvi also played his part.
Yeah, and it was very
hot. I loved watching.
It was difficult to bat there. Very hot conditions that night.
Yeah, I remember he got cramps also. He fought cramps. And
you have to give that credit because they're not used to bat for longer periods. The guys playing at 7, 8, 9. So
yeah, not at all.
Really special.
And Mickey Arthur was totally fed up and frustrated by this.
He looked so excited in the middle phase, when India was 6-7 down.
एक और चीज which I got to know, like I was actually going through Akash Chopra का posts, तो he was telling कि दीपक चहर उससे काफी बातें करता रहता है आकाश चोपड़ा से, एंड उसने आकाश चोपड़ा को काफी बार आके बोला है कि आई एम इम्प्रूविंग ऑन माई बैटिंग, बट आकाश चोपड़ा बीइंग द शैलो पर्सनैलिटी दैट ही इज, सॉरी आकाश चोपड़ा, बट वो उसने बोला कि हाँ भाई ठीक है तू कर लेगा, थोड़ा बॉलिंग पे ध्यान दे, ऐसा कुछ बोला उसने. But it seems Deepak really has worked on his batting, and that really saved India's ass in the end.
Yeah.
Like,
And 2 and 3 wickets every match. Such a good bowler. Yeah, with his very clever with his angles and swing. Yeah.
I think
Then
Shardul and Deepak,
sorry, go
Shardul and
ahead.
Deepak both should become permanent members of Indian team. I hope, but it's difficult.
Yeah, well,
Our
but I
bottom five
hope
is really strong then. Yeah, our bottom five can win us more matches than if they both play. Surely.
yeah.
And then
Yeah,
the
we'll
last
have
match
to-
was very disappointing. The last match was very disappointing.
Yeah,
Third
coming
ODI.
to third ODI, see, we have made 6 changes in third ODI. Basically,
That's
it
too
was a big experimentation. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with that loss because I'm only disappointed with the performance of Shikhar Dhawan and the senior Hardik Pandya in that match. Otherwise, I am happy. I actually was glued to the TV when Sanju and Shaw were displaying their stroke play in the
very good.
third ODI.
Yeah.
But after the rain, I think India totally lost momentum. I don't know what happened after the rain break, and India totally collapsed. But,
Yes, I later saw an article. Even Muralidharan said that the match turned after the rain break, which was very unfortunate for India. Yeah, I don't know what pep talk Muralidharan gave to his boys. I mean, yeah, it was unbelievable comeback by Sri Lanka, and we were just hoping if our tailenders could hang around. Saini was trying actually, but then Kamira, I think,
It was-
two wickets. Yeah, it was
It
again
was already
pace.
too late by the time Saini came in. I mean, these are good batsmen, right? Pandya, Nitish Rana, even Krishna Bhatam has some experience. These guys just could not play.
I would have hoped that some player who had played like 10, 15 ODIs for India should have even allowed Nitish Rana to play early. Like Nitish Rana at 6 or 7, that's not his place. He generally plays number 3 or opener in IPL. So he was actually put in a very tough spot playing at 6 or 7. And then it was
definitely he could have come ahead of Manish Pandey. That idiot Manish Pandey. Se to pehle
yeah, such an outperformed batsman Manish Pandey. Yeah, he could have given his place to Rana. It was a very sad thing for us. We had lost 8 wickets by 32 over mark, so it looked trouble. And then in the end, we could not even post 250, which I thought we could have fought back if we had 250, but we only had 225.
Nevertheless, good fight by our bowlers. After they started with 150 for 1 or something like that. So
I would say only Rahul Chahar. Good fight by Rahul Chahar. I mean,
Yeah.
Avishka ruled the stage. Yeah.
I'm surprised that
Yeah,
Rahul
Kunal,
Chahar
what
did
do
not
you have to say?
play in the first T20. I mean,
ODI.
should have picked him ahead of Varun Chakravarti any day. But yeah, maybe they're experimenting or giving him chances. Yeah, anyways, Shikha, you're asking about?
So what did you think, Kunal, of the ODI series, like overall with the win in the second ODI and the loss in the third ODI?
Yeah, so first of all, I feel there is some light for the Sri Lankan side. We have some players who are taking responsibility, some players who are actually putting in good performances. Sri Lanka cricket does not look that sad anymore to me. From the Indian side, I'm disappointed with Hardik Pandya. I think his time is now done. He's not really performing. I mean, I don't think we should keep playing him even in the T20 side. Better invest in another player like Nitish Rana and anyone else maybe who can finish matches for us.
And I'm really happy to see Surya Kumar piling up good 50s and 40s.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we'll get to see a big innings also soon, which is very much needed because he's such a good player and he gets in quickly, he scores those runs, and then he just gets out at the wrong time. But otherwise, very good batting. And for Sri Lanka, they're still at number 12 in the World Series League points. So they still need to win some ODIs to get to be able to directly qualify in the 2023 World Cup. So, but yeah, their team is on the rise. I think from here after winning this ODI, they should get some confidence.
Yeah, actually Surya Kumar Yadav, I think he had the most brilliant series. If you see, he got a 31 not out.
Yeah.
Then he made a 53. Then he again made a 40. So
yeah,
beautiful performance by Surya. And today also he made a 15 T20. So
yes,
he's averaging around 40 or 50, 45 around in the entire white ball leg. So great from him. Sanju Samson also started well. 46 and today also a good 27. That was cut short. I hope as an RR fan, I want the RR captain to,
But
be the.
do you guys
And,
really
guys,
see? I mean, do you guys really see Sanju Samson playing a lot for India? I mean, I don't think so. I think they might invest more in Ishan Kishan. I mean, having another left-hander does help, and he seems to be, playing well. He's still young. He can put in a lot of years. Sanju Samson has been consistent, but yeah, he has not got that many chances as well. But I think
No,
India
I
is
think
slightly favoring Ishan Kishan now.
yeah, I think they should both
Definitely,
be squad and both should be given chances. And yeah, and coming back to this is something controversial, but I know you guys are Shreyas Iyer's fan, but I think Surya Kumar is ready to replace Shreyas Iyer now
In which format?
in the ODI team.
Surya Kumar cannot play big innings like Shreyas Iyer, can he?
How many big innings Shreyas Iyer has played? Just one century in New Zealand, I guess.
That was a tough one.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
Surya and the others like Prithvi Shaw, I was expecting big knocks from Prithvi Shaw also.
Yeah,
So
Shaw missed out.
These two definitely, I was a little bit disappointed, and also Sanju Samson in the last two. Like Surya averaging good, but could have carried on, especially in the second ODI when he was batting really well. He got out to Sandakan. Like that was really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, not able to see him making a big innings when he has the time and the opportunity. So that's why he needs to improve. Maybe that's why maybe he can take Hardik Pandya's position as a finisher. Maybe, and Shreyas Iyer will keep playing at number 4.
Yeah. I mean, if you recall, like the earlier Virat Kohli, that's why he was special. He used to convert those 50s to 100s. Like if you see from other counterparts, Joe Root, Steve Smith, they all make 50s, but Virat Kohli used to make so many.
Not a just comparison at all. Surya Kumar is 30 already. How can you compare him with the young Virat Kohli?
I'm just comparing.
Actually, both. Actually, coming to that Ishan and Sanju point, even Ishan is, I think, very young. And Sanju Samson is also 30 years now. Surya Kumar is also 30 years now. So it's obviously that Ishan is the future. If you see, Ishan will be given more backing because he has age on his side. Sanju and Surya are already in the, you can say they are at the peak, but the way is going down. The future is only downhill for them. Today's T20 match, nothing much. I think 160 was below par. I honestly thought 180.
It was. We did not finish the game well at all. We could have scored a lot more runs. But our lower order is weak, guys. We are not going to do anything in the World Cup. No.
But a great show by the bowlers.
ICC posted this, maybe it's ESPN Cricket Info, which recently posted last week and told that these three middle order is the best: West Indies, England, and India. So I think it's kind of like saying that
they don't know anything. India middle order is the worst right now.
But yeah, thanks to Ashan Bandara for ruining the Sri Lankan chase and giving us an easy victory. What an innings, 9 of 19. They could have tried. Yeah, you were the only one who did not pick the Inform Avishka, and I think that's why you lost today.
No, I lost because my captain, my glorious captain, Prithvi Shaw, got out first ball. That's the reason. But guys, Asalanka was a big find for Sri Lanka in this series. Brilliant from Asalanka. He performed consistently. Today also he was looking dangerous. Like he looked like he would take away the match. But brilliant from Deepak Chahar again. Deepak Chahar came back and bowled very well in the death.